Okay, let's hear her. This is important.
Named after Confederate leaders, but there are leaders like Washington and Thomas Jefferson who were slave owners, and some people are demanding that their monuments come down too. So in your view, where does it end? Should statues, for example, of George Washington come down?
Well, let me just say that we should start off by having a national dialogue on it at some point. But right now we're in the middle of a global pandemic.
So hold on. We should have a national discussion on it. So she's not prepared to say no. Senator of the United States of America from Illinois, whether we should tear down George Washington and Abraham Lincoln statues. Yeah, blow up the Washington Monument. These are Taliban. The left, and Democrats are equivalent to the Taliban. Remember, everybody got angry about blowing up the Buddhist statues? They regarded Buddhism as heretical, and these people regard the founders as heretical. I see no difference. Well, you say, well, they're not violent. Really? There's not a violent wing? Taliban had a violent wing, or was a violent wing. There's no violent wing to the left? You say, well, there's a violent wing to the right. No, there isn't. There are violent individuals on the right. Not a wing. Anyway, certainly ideologically, they're like the Taliban. So we'll have a national discussion. That's all she says. Now she goes on to what the president should have talked about. Go on.
Some point, but right now we're in the middle of a global pandemic, and one of our countries that are opposed to us, Russia, has put a bounty on American troops' heads. What really struck me about the speech that the president gave at Mount Rushmore was that he spent more time worried about honoring dead Confederates.
Okay, that's a lie. He did not worry about dead Confederates. He didn't say anything about it. Is that correct? I mean, I want to bounce this off Mr. Truth. The living martyr is Mr. Truth. I'm sorry? Talked about Lincoln. They say anything because truth is not a left-wing value. Next, continue.
Honoring dead Confederates than he did talking about the lives of the 130,000 Americans who lost their lives to COVID-19. Or
wait a minute. So he's supposed to go to Mount Rushmore on Independence Day to talk about deaths from COVID? Okay, go on.
Lives to COVID-19, or by warning Russia off of the bounty they're putting on Americans' heads. I mean, his priorities are all wrong here. He should be talking about what we're going to do to overcome this pandemic. What are we going to do to push Russia back? And
what does it mean? Overcome the pandemic. What is your take on overcoming the pandemic? Keep Americans unemployed for another year? I wrote in the beginning, I had said from the beginning that the cure was worse than the illness.